Grande Live in the news today. 2 new programs from OTEC.
I am Joy Van Cleve and I'm the project lead for our new program, Member to Member.
I am a retired librarian and I became aware of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library back when I was a librarian.
And an in-depth look at the annual Boy Scout Derby, only on your weekly Newsish Roundup, brought to you by Oregon Trail Electric Co-op has started 2 new programs to better help our community. OTEC is your locally member-owned power company, and they strive to be an active part of our community.
One of our principles really being that we want to be a part of our community, assisting our community, not just being the electric company.
And now they have 2 new programs designed to do just that. The first is Member to Member. Member to Member is a member cost-sharing program that is designed to help people when their luck is down and they can't pay their power bill. Any OTEC member who signs up for the program can choose to contribute a tiny amount to an assistance fund. Then, when someone can't pay their bill, those funds are allocated by the board of directors, if they feel like there's a real need, to help those people get back on their feet. Now, if you choose to participate, you can either round up your power bill to the nearest dollar, or just choose to give a standard amount every month. The bottom line is that for less than $1 a month, you can help people to pay for their power when they're down on their luck and the weather looks like this.
We're hopeful that it will grow. We've seen in other cooperatives where it has grown and they are giving away, a pretty big chunk of change to either an agency or to a private family, community organization.
The second program is the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Did you know that Dolly Parton grew up the daughter of a blue-collar subsistence farmer and construction worker? Dolly knew that her father was a very intelligent and hard-working person, but he couldn't advance in life because, well, he couldn't read. And so now that she is older and, well, really, really rich and famous, she has started a program to give books to kids ages 1 to 5 to help them learn how to read.
The brain development of a child in the first 9 months to a year and a half of their life makes all these neural connections. And those connections that are not made in those first couple of years, really, year and a half, they wither and die. We have added the Dolly Parton Imagination Library to our scholarship program, because why give people scholarship to go into college if they've never had that opportunity to get to that point?
And OTEC has recently adopted this program. Every month, OTEC will send books to the kids of any family in any OTEC county that signs up. So if you live where OTEC is, if you call and sign up your children, your child will receive an age-appropriate book every month until they turn 5 years old. That way, they can continue to read and all those mental synapses can continue to grow. Interested in either of these programs? Get a hold of your local OTEC representative and ask to learn more and maybe even sign up. Like this story? Share it along and get entered into a drawing for a $20 gift card from the Baby Cakes Bakery. This story was brought to you by... Every year, the Boy Scouts go winter camping up in Anthony Lakes. Then, the next day, they hold a winter survival school fun day they call the annual Boy Scout Derby. And this year, we got the opportunity to interview multiple of the leaders about the Derby, and here's what they had to say about it.
So much beauty and so much diversity in our climate and our terrain. I just want them to appreciate that, to get them out. To me, outdoors can bring a sense of awe and wonder and makes you realize I'm very small in this world. Maybe there's more to this than just me.
What's special about the Derby, I think, is that it is a environmental challenge. I think it was one of the first ones that I went on back in 2012, and it was blizzard condition. The snow was blowing sideways, the wind was just howling.
The things that he does at the Klondike Derby are still scouting as I remember it. Like the true nature, like let the boys experience some difficulties.
Well, I think the Klondike Derby is a really good example of what Scouts can do for a kid, because who in their right mind would go out and stay in 0-degree weather overnight, with nothing but a sleeping bag and a snow shelter.
Outdoor survival, like you can learn, read, and be taught, but it really carries no meaning until you're out there doing it.
know, there's kind of a disconnect from most people on where their food comes from, and there's kind of a disconnect from most people, you know, about what their environment is surrounding them. And I think Boy Scouts, you know, kind of teaches not necessarily about farming, but it teaches a lot about being aware of your surroundings.
It almost goes to a spiritual side of where the boys learn practical, but hopefully they have an appreciation for nature. And I think nature helps draw us closer to our deity or whatever we believe in. It helps instill another part of young men that maybe they don't usually think of.
Like this story? Share it along and get entered into our weekly drawing for the La Baby Cakes gift card. This story was brought to you by... And that's your weekly Newsish Roundup. This roundup was brought to you by...
Grande Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Anything 2 Digital, EONI, Loveland Funeral Chapel, and Med Transport.
We're going to leave you with a quick informational slide about a fundraiser for the Baker Orpheum Theater that's coming up on the 20th of this month. If you're into the arts, be sure to head over the hill to our sister city Baker and check it out. I'm Will Bowman.